I think the win is to hire people who align with your values,
Mm-hmm.
not just skills, because skills are important, but values also important. Because then you need to work with those people every day, and when you're not matching in your values, it's extremely difficult for you and the whole team.
G'day and welcome to the Grow a Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Trewin. Each week, we speak with an owner who has grown a business with 5 to 30 team members to something bigger. Diving into their numbers and unearthing the pain they've experienced, we explore what they did to overcome each barrier and what they would do differently from day one. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone. Today I'm interviewing Sofia Rozhko from the Body School based in beautiful Valencia, Spain. Thanks for your time today, Sofia.
Thank you for invitation.
Let's start with how we know each other. Xenia from on your team reached out and thought you'd be a great guest for us.
Yeah, Xenia is my business assistant. She helps me to coordinate through podcasts and find a way to introduce my business to people and to share the knowledge I have as an entrepreneur for many years already.
Tell our audience a bit about your business, what it does and how it makes money.
So the Body School is a service that helps people to form the healthy relationship with body and food. And we don't offer any short-term diets. We help people to get the latest knowledge in nutrition, psychology, movement, health, and then adapt it to their personal needs and to their lifestyles. So our goal is to build the new routine, nutritional routine and sport routine for each of our clients based on their needs, based on their goals, and based on their health conditions, and also based on their lifestyle. We make money with our programs. We have 4 main programs. It's the body pre-care, care, and aftercare program. It's like start and ongoing programs where people could step by step dive deep into our approach. It starts with 14 days short program, like a small first step to understand how we work in as a program, as a business. Then it follows by 3 months program is our main core program where people are followed by and supported by a team of nutritionists, fitness trainers, and doctors. It's like a complex approach. And then we have ongoing program that's called the Body Aftercare. So it's like the whole ecosystem of different programs bonded together to help people to make this smooth change in their lifestyle, in their routine, with no stress and with no fat diets. We also have some subscription models. It's called the Body Food Plan. It's a weekly menu based in our app. When people subscribe to this menu on a monthly base, so they have this monthly payment, and every week they receive the menu that is planned by nutritionists with grocery list, with all the recipes, with all the macro and micro nutrients that everyone needs. So those are main programs, and we are trying not to add too many programs to our business because it's difficult then to promote if you have like 100 of different programs. So we try to focus on them, to make them as fast as possible, to analyze every feedback we have from our client after every 3 months program, and then to implement this feedback, to change a bit the program, and then to start the new group. So it's how we work. And then tomorrow, that will be 10 years anniversary of the Body School. So I think we're going pretty well in this business, and especially in this tough business I think wellness industry is one of the difficult now.
Oh, congratulations on 10 years. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And with the programs all up, how long does that take for someone to go through the three parts?
So the first step is 2 weeks, then 3 months, and ongoing program could be from 2 months till I don't know, 4, 6, 8 months, depends on client goals. So if we're working with someone who has some problem with health or have higher BMI or obese, it takes more time to make these sustainable changes. So it takes more time to people to adjust to this routine, and they need more support. So it's based on everyone's needs. Sometimes when we understand when the client could be okay on his own, we are first who will reach out and say, like, I think when you need to take some time apart from the program, just try to do it on your own. If you will never ever need help, you could always come back and continue your support, but we think that you're okay already to do it on your own.
Yeah, great. And so there is some one-on-one time throughout those programs. It's not just all course or video related.
Yeah, correctly. So we call it like a group program because we have some group elements, like we have a particular date when the group starts, because we have a number of teams, some nutritionists, some trainers, some doctors who work with particular group, and when they occupy it with another client, they can start working with someone else. So we have this start for everyone in one date, but then everything that is happening inside the program happens with one-on-one connection. So we have an app. It's our own app where we connect client and our specialist through some food tracker and through personalized chats. So our clients could reach out our doctors, nutritionists, and fitness trainers any day, except Sunday. It's a free day for our team. And all of the team members have the whole history of this client, including blood tests, every data we have about this client, every previous conversation we had with the client. So we tracking all of those numbers. We are not changing specialists for clients throughout their work. So when we are fixing those specialists for each of our clients, to be sure that client can build connection with the specialist as it was like, I don't know, with a coach, yes, because you need to trust this person. So we're trying that this particular team would follow the client till the end of his or her work in the program.
Great. And are there any countries you specifically target to work with, or is it global?
So we start from Ukraine, because I'm originally from Ukraine. First 4 years we work completely offline in Kiev. And then I had an idea to start also online business because I had a dream to go to live for a few months in Singapore to study in cooking school, to be like a Asian food chef. And I understood that I need to transform my business also some kind into to be able to coordinate it online. And that's moment when my journey with online business started. And then we started to expand the business on a different markets. So now we are working on 32 markets. We have clients from 32 markets. We are not targeting any market in specifically because we are less market based, more like product based marketing approach. Because our program for sure is adapting, and our approach is adapting considering the fact from which country the client is, because it's different food approaches, they have different timing, they have different lifestyle, different access to food, etc. But the core approach of the program is not changing, how we're working with the client. And our second main market now is UK, the biggest market. And yes, every other market is just, we have just clients with I think globally around the world from 32 countries.
That's great. Well done. And how did you start out? So you started 10 years ago, but maybe take us back before that. How did you?
I've been a nutritionist for 12 years. So first I started my own practice as a nutritionist. And then I started similar business with one partner. So she was responsible for marketing, for strategy, for digital strategy, and I was responsible for nutritional part, for client support part. And we worked for, I think, 9 months or so. And then I understood that we have completely different values in terms how we see the business should grow. And at this point, it become difficult to manage our relationship as a partners, and we decided to quit, both of us. So she started her own business, and I started the body school. And I think it was one of the best decision ever, because I am this kind of entrepreneurs who is the most productive, and I perform the best when I'm working alone as an owner. So now, for instance, after 10 years, I'm at this point of my business when I'm ready to have someone on board maybe some tech developer or maybe some co-owner of my business, because I understand that to grow, to make the next step, I need someone who would help me. But at this time, I think that was one of the best decisions to do everything on my own, to have this responsibility on my own, to not to share all of these pros and cons of this business with someone else. So yes, honestly, I had very limited amount of money when I started, because I was working in multi-level company at this time in sales. It really also helped me to learn how to communicate with clients, how to do sales. And then I was just combining two of my works. I started my business and I continue working in this multi-level company. And at some point, when I had enough money to quit multi-level company, I just quit it. I think it was when year and a half or so. And first 3 years were really tough in terms of income, but I was always focused on first on the product, because I knew that if the product will be good, people will start talking about this product. They will share it with their friends, family, etc., and that would happen. Now we have the statistic that each of our clients bring us from 3 to 5 new clients.
Wow.
Our family, friends, etc. And it still is the main goal for our business to be focused on first product, service, then marketing, and then sales, because all of those elements are important, but I think the product is the most important part. You could have the best sales team or have the best marketing team, but the product is shitty, so like you will never succeed.
Yeah.
And at this time, I should mention also, for all of the entrepreneurs, I had some financial support. I had my ex-husband. We now divorced, but at this time, he really helped me to cover my back. These points, because I'm not sure that I would be able to do the same if not him, if not his help, if not his like support, that I could focus on running this business and not thinking about all of this monthly payment or so. So that's really helped me in the first 3 years, and then we started earning good money. And the critical point for business was when the COVID came, because as I said before, I started transforming business from offline to online in 2018, in the end of 2017. And we started launching our own app. We started developing this app, transforming our product. It was really difficult. We had maybe 2-3 people in a group in online program. It's not that much, honestly, but I just knew that if I want to be more flexible, I need to start this online business. And when COVID came, we were fully prepared for that. So we just changed our approach just in one click. And the greatest success business had after COVID came.
Yeah.
And that also was a big lesson for me as an entrepreneur, that sometimes when you're starting doing something, people around you saying that you're crazy. Why you doing this online business if your offline business running so well? If everyone knows you in your own city, you have already your name, your brand. So why you investing this crazy amount of money in this app, which no one maybe will use, and maybe you will not succeed online? But I just knew that I have no choice. I need to try. But when the COVID came and the business had a great success, everyone started reaching me out and ask how I made this change so quickly when the COVID came. And I said, guys, it was not quickly. It started 3 years ago. So it was not a fast change. So sometimes when you have when you feel your business, when you're passionate about what are you doing, you need to follow your intuition, and you need to create the space, a time for yourself as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of your company, just to think about the next steps. To think about that, you really need this space. If you're occupied with millions of tasks throughout the day, you have no mental capacity to search for some answer that are already in your head.
Great. So you started 10 years ago. How old were you when you started this business?
Oh my God, 24. I was 24.
24.
Yes, I was 24.
You haven't had enough coffee this morning yet.
Yeah. Yes, I think so.
Do you have some other key numbers you can share to illustrate the growth of the business over the 10 years?
Yeah, for sure. When I started the business, there was just me. So I was all and everything in this business. I was a marketing specialist, nutritionist, and a digital specialist. I made every single website on my own. Then I hired an assistant. So she just helped me with some data, with some client management, but just few hours a day. So she was not fully on board. Then people start reaching me out. So it was really crazy how I found a new fitness trainer and I really liked him. And one day I came to him and said, like, I'm starting the business, it's a nutritional program, but maybe we could somehow add the fitness part also to this program. And he said, yeah, why not? Let's try. And he just joined the team. Then I also had some big presentation, like an open lecture. And after this lecture, the doctor came to me and she said, like, yeah, I'm really impressed by your approach. Maybe I could also join the team. And I said, I never thought about having some medical part or some like having some doctors on board, but maybe we could figure it out. So we had a meeting and we also had this doctor part, like this consultation with the patients within the program. So it was like that. When I met someone cool, I would just thought maybe I have a place for this person in our team. And now the best people in my team, they're like this. I never had a place for them on the first stage, but we find some place for them and we improve the program with those people on board. So now we have 35 people in a team, half of them working full day. The second part is the part-time. Like, for instance, our digital specialist, our chief marketing officer, they're working part-time. And I also like this approach because they also can work with another projects and bring some ideas from that project to my project and doing the same with other projects. And I think some people, it's best for them to work for one business, to be full-time employed. And for another person, it's important to have this multitasking, multi approach work. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the best for every person in my team. And I would say that in the body school, we work as a team of specialists where everyone has its own experience and its own knowledge. So sometimes when I talking to some of my doctors or nutritionists, I understand that in this particular area, they're way more experienced than I am. And it's so cool to see that they're stronger in their knowledge and their experience, and they could bring it to my business and also take something to improve their knowledge to work with someone else in hospitals, etc. All of our doctors, they're working part-time because they combine their work with hospitals. And with research center, it's also important for them to have this life practice.
Yep. So team of 35, half a full-time, half part-time. So compressed down to around 25, 26 full-time equivalents then.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
The clients, yes, we have now, we have more than 10,000 clients.
Great.
Over the 10 years. 5,000, so half of them is people who accomplish our program. And other part, like also 10,000, it's people who using our the body food plan is this subscriptional model for every week menu. So over the last 10 years, we had I think 5,000 or 6,000 people graduate from our main programs, which is not that much. We're talking about online business, but we are not just like the program with the lectures and when people could do everything they want on their own. We are supporting, we are coaching them. That's why we have some limits, and we cannot have such a bigger team to be able to have more clients. It's also one of the approach we have in the business. So we are preferring quality over quantity. I understand that sometimes influence the business numbers, revenue, etc. But for me, it's more interested to have to be able to track every client results and to be sure that we did everything possible to help this client. when you have thousands of clients going on every month, for sure you're operating with different numbers and different goals. So for me, client results is the first key number we are tracking, then revenue, then everything else.
Yeah, great. And it sounds like you've got great recurring revenue through the app. Have you read John Morillow's book, The Automatic Customer? It's all about recurring revenue and how those businesses are valued.
I think this last year revenue was about 500K, the
Yeah.
total year revenue.
Euro or US dollars?
Euro.
Yeah, great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes, and we don't have yet this in-app purchase. So everything we are doing in-app is going through the website, because app is the part of the program. It's not an individual part. So we are not having any money with the app, but we are working on that. We want to also to have some in-app purchases.
Yep. And have you read the book, The Automatic Customer?
No, I did not.
I'll
Do you
send that through to
recommend?
you. It's all about how businesses with recurring or reoccurring revenue, how they're valued much higher than those without recurring or reoccurring revenue. I'll shoot that through to you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
When was the moment you felt like you had succeeded?
I would say, yeah, for sure. When the COVID started and I started seeing this like year revenue for the first time, those big numbers, and I was like, wow, that was cool when people started signing up for program, because we were ready with our app and everything for that. But I think the biggest success for me is when client finishing the program and saying like, yeah, because of you, I now have the perfect blood test results, or I get rid of diabetes, or I'm not afraid of food, or like, thank you that because of your program, I shared this knowledge with my mom, and now she's healthy and she can do gardening, stuff like that. So it's more this emotional success than this like money success, I would say. For sure, money is extremely important in business. I would not say that it's not. But for me, as a person who is really involved in product, I really feel so happy when I receive this feedback that someone changed their life, their nutritional habits, which is really difficult to change, just with the help with our program. So for me, it's a great success.
So that's what success looks like to you. Was there a moment where you felt like something you achieved or the business achieved where you felt like that's when you had succeeded?
I would not say
Yeah.
that I had this particular moment. I just was like, it was just process of developing, and if at each stage I had this, now we're successful, but it was like milestones throughout these 10 years.
Yep. Number one thing you'd recommend to marketing a fast growing business?
I think focus on product and focus on community. We are doing a lot for our community, for our graduates, for free. So we have some program that people could participate with no payment, because we just want them to stay in this environment, this supportive environment, to have the sustainable results. Because when people have those sustainable results, as long as they are speaking with someone about food or diet or weight loss, etc., they could always mention you as a business. So I think that's something that you cannot measure, how community influence your business, but has a huge influence. So yes, product and community, focus on both.
Yeah, we've obviously nailed it. If you're getting 3 to 4 referrals from your happy
Yeah.
clients or customers, that's testament to what a great product you offer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you fund your business? It sounded like bootstrapped. Your ex-husband helped financially a little bit. Have you had investors along the way, or had to take or bank finance?
No, my ex-husband helped me with some like daily expenses, I would say.
Yep.
So with our family expenses, so I was able to reinvest like, I think, more than a half of my income in the business. I never had any bank support or any investment on board. I think that probably would be the next step, but I'm not sure yet, because now we are going on okay on our own. for sure, if we would have some investor on board, it would be fast growing. But again, we're coming to the question, quality or quantity. So I'm not sure that we would be able to provide some quality if we would be fast growing business.
Yeah. If you were to start up today with plenty of funding, would you go into your industry?
Definitely not.
No, really? I thought you were going to say
Definitely
yes.
not.
You sound so passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm passionate about that because I think that's why my business is successful, because I'm really passionate about it. But I think it's a difficult industry that requires to be honest with your clients and not to give any over promises, which is really, really difficult. So for sure, we have a lot of successful stories when people are losing, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 kilos. I don't know how much it pounds. But also we have someone for whom it's really difficult to do any changes in diet, for someone who has some eating disorders and people trying to fix their diet, but first they need to go to see therapist to work with eating disorder, and then to come to do something with the food itself. So we're always working in this area where you could say, yeah, that's, just add some supplements to your diet, or some fake some information you could see outside, and not to be 100% honest. And when you are not honest, then you are more loud, because you could fake some data. You could say like, yeah, just try to remove this and this and this from your diet, and then you will be okay. But it's not how food is working. It's not about that you need to remove something. You need first to focus on your plate. First, you need to balance your plate, and then to get rid of some stuff from your diet if you want so, or just to limit this amount of some junk food, etc. So when you are not, when you are working in this with nutrition and with medicine, and when you are based all of your information you're saying outline on some specific researches, then you cannot be extremely loud and overpromised. But that what I see online, especially on social media, on Instagram and TikTok, how people are fabricating this data to be able to be seen by someone else. And also GLP medication, which is a big topic right now, also changed market a lot. So businesses who are able to adapt to this medication, and who could be like a lifestyle programs that helps people who had any surgeries, like stomach surgeries, or any taking any GLP medication, they need to change their approach to support clients. So that's wellness industry in general is still growing industry, but I think it's like working with weight loss, with diet, it's extremely difficult. You're really limited with all of your advertisement.
Can you outline the most stressful point in your small business growth journey so our audience can learn from it?
Yeah, I think the end of the month, when I need to pay salaries, I think
Yep.
every month is the most stressful part, because then you're calculating, do you have any profit this month or not? Yeah, and especially when you have a big team, like then you start in your new months with the big minus on your bank account, I would say. So it's always really, really stressful. And I think this responsibility for the team is the most stressful part for me. Because I'm not like the hire CEO, I'm the CEO and founder of the business. So I'm like have this maybe emotional responsibility also for people I'm working with. That I think is the most difficult part. And also to be able uh, to work long term, to see this long term perspective. Because for sure, when you invest in a lot of time and efforts in something and you don't see results today, it's extremely frustrating moments. And now with experience, I could see that, yeah, I could see some results in 1 year or 2 years. That's okay. But when you're just starting your business, you have no experience. It's so difficult to keep on track. So yeah, I think that's read every single book about that, listen every single podcast you can, just to help you to do the next step, just to help you to keep going on this in this journey.
Yeah, good advice. What area in business do you feel you've had to work on the most to add the greatest value?
I think marketing and sales, especially this digital sales, when you automate everything you can automate in your business, to be able to track how customers are this customer journey inside the funnel, for instance. I think is the most important part, to not to lose single customers who visit your website or who is interested in your programs. You need to try to keep them on, try to keep them all in your system, just to be able then to reach out to them.
What have you enjoyed the least about managing fast growth?
I think amount of Zoom calls. When you're when you're growing, you have too many Zoom calls with the team, with every bench of the team. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Zoom calls.
Mm.
I need to work alone with no people, just to sit with my laptop or my notebook, just to create these ideas, to be extremely concentrated deep into that. And Zoom calls are really distracting me. So necessity to this necessity to communicate with other people is
Mm.
it's my struggle. It's my struggle, yes.
Over 700 episodes so far, no one's answered with Zoom. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's for me, it's like that.
What do you love most about growing a small business?
That's how flexible it is. Because the small business for me is about flexibility. I think that's the most important part, the most crucial part, why I don't want to be like a middle size or big business, because then you're not so flexible. You cannot test something, you cannot implement uh, all of these changes fast in your business. So how flexible we are as a team, because we could have an idea and we could launch this idea just in few weeks, just to test this idea. With a big or mid-sized business is way more complicated. So this flexibility, I think, is the most I like about growing the small business.
What has been the biggest mindset shift for you in your small business growth journey?
When I understood that marketing is important, because I saw that if you have a good product, you don't need to have a marketing specialist on board or sales specialist, that people would just come and buy. But I was totally wrong. So when we had the first chief marketing officer on board, yeah, our business changed a lot since then. And I think the second part is also to work on your personal brand. It's also important part, because your personal brand would always help with your business, always.
Yep. The number one habit you think a small business owner needs to develop and maintain?
I think just to check on regular base what worked, what did not, what we need to improve. Just have this numbers, and to discuss these numbers with the team. That's also that we change in our business in the last year. We have like every 2 weeks we have Zoom calls with our digital team to present every numbers we have. And now we are more flexible. If we see that some advertisements is not performing as we expected, we just stop that and not waste our money and focus on something else. So I think it's important really to check the numbers.
Yep.
But it's extremely it's I hate this work, honestly, but it's important.
Totally agree. Yep. I'm a numbers person.
Want specific advice to help you get your business through its number one growth challenge? Book a free 20-minute growth chat with me, Troy, the founder of Grow a Small Business. I'll recommend some resources which will help you grow your business with ease so you can live the lifestyle you've signed up for. Go to growasmallbusiness.com and click on Growth Chat.
Can you talk to how you've added people to the team, some wins, mistakes, and advice for those listening?
I think the win is to hire people who align with your values,
Mm-hmm.
not just skills, because skills are important, but values also important, because then you need to work with those people every day, and when you're not matching in your values, it's extremely difficult for you and the whole team. I think mistakes is to hold to some people in the team who are not perform good, who are like already, I would say, have a burnout, or they're not passionate anymore about the work itself. and just to keep them because you don't want to look for someone else, for some new specialist on board. And advice, I think it's something like you need to have this non-negotiable rule in your team, also for team and for your clients. Like, for instance, if some clients are acting rude to the team, then we have this non-negotiable policy that we're not working with the clients. So team comes first, always. Because if team is
all my business, both in the clients and the team, we've got a no asshole policy. We just don't have time to work with toxic people.
Yeah, that's right. I think when you're focused on your team and when you want the best for the team, then you would also have the best performing with your clients, because team would be happy.
And what are some things you recommend to building a sustainable and kick-ass culture to help with the growth?
I'm not sure that I did it intentionally to build any culture in the team, so it just happened on its own. I think as a personality, I have my really strong values, and I'm communicating those values, and people just attracted to me based on those values. And someone who is not aligned with that, they're just not fitting in the team and they're quitting. So we have this extremely supportive environment throughout the team, when everyone knows that everyone is ready to help, but at the same time, we really respect the private time, the holiday time, the weekend time. So no texting on weekends or something like that, even if it's urgent. If it's not like extremely urgent situation that could reach me out, but no one in the team. So it took some time to build this culture, because especially when you are just a small business, you have no weekends or holidays. You're working full time. But then you see how people become exhausted, because everyone needs to have a rest. And then we start changing this with limited working hours. We added some breaks throughout the day. Even if we're working online, we have this like weekend rule and also holiday rule. So everyone needs to go to holiday and not to be disturbed by any notifications.
That's great. I mean, that's really good, especially not contacting outside of work hours or holidays. It's common sense in my mind, but it goes a long way, especially in this day and age. It's gone so far that governments around the world are now bringing in the, right to disconnect laws.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's gotten to that point, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Tell our audience how you've handled balance.
I would say that I just started handling somehow balance when my daughter was born. It was 4 years ago. No, that's not true. When she was already 1 year old, because I started working after, I think, 2 days after Labor Day. So I had a full-time nanny. She helped me, and that was a tough time. But I think it was not about the business itself. It was mostly about my fear to lose control over the stuff, being a mom, being in this new role. But then when she was 1 year old, I started thinking that maybe I need to have at least one whole day free, like Sunday. And then it becomes Sunday and Saturday, my free days. And really, Spain helped me a lot as a country to build this work-life balance, because you see how people live their life. And this surroundings in Spain is not it's not competitive. So if you're working like at least 6 or 8 hours a day, you're already a winner, because no one is working that amount of time. And I just love how they live their life, how productive they are, how good quality of life they have, but at the same time they could enjoy their, I don't know, glass of wine at 10 a.m., which is wow.
And then go for a nap in the knock off for an hour and go for a nap in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yes. That's like yesterday I tried to call some company, and they said like, yeah, our colleague, he's sleeping from 2 to 4, so just please call after 4. I was like, yeah, like I'm jealous. But a level of happiness, the longevity rate in Spain is crazy. But yeah, that's what I learned, that I need to rest. Even if it's difficult for me to rest, I'm always try to control everything and stuff like that. But at some point, I just understood if you have like 7-day holiday, nothing is ruined. So like people can work on their own. So you just sometimes you're thinking that you need to overprotect and overcontrol everything, but you don't. And also to find new ideas, to find new perspective, you need to force yourself to rest. That's what I learned. I worked with a business coach last year, and we had a great like I had a great rule since I worked with her. She said like I need to have 2 hours of like free time per week at least, and I get a habit. And then I'm going to the library. I have a library not far away from my house. You cannot use phones or something in this library. You cannot talk, and I'm just sitting with my notebook just to try to upload all the thoughts I have in my mind. Sometimes I have no thoughts. I'm just sitting and looking at the window, which is could be for my taste extremely unproductive time, but it is productive time because you help your brain to rest, and then new ideas start to pop up. So I would say that entrepreneurs need to force themselves to rest. So it should become a habit.
Yeah, I agree. And I heard on a podcast the other day an interesting stat from a study. I haven't looked it up yet, but the host said that for those people that spend at least 2 hours a week doing a hobby outside of work, obviously, they lose themselves in their hobby, they get a 30% increase in productivity.
Cool. Yeah. I recently started cycling. It's also my new hobby because when you're cycling, you cannot do anything. You cannot even have your AirPods or something. You're just for 2 hours in a connection with the nature, with a heart, with a higher heartbeat. So it's like it's a perfect time just to clear your head.
How much professional development have you invested in yourself?
I think from 3 to 5 hours per week.
Yep.
So I would say it's like conscious investment when I am checking some podcasts, but not just on the background. I'm just listening and write down some ideas, or reading some books, or checking some webinars, or some educational videos or stuff like that. So for sure, I think more time something on the background, but I'm trying to do it consciously to be focused on this process, because when you have always some noise on the background, it's also not helping you to get new ideas. So I think from 3 to 5 hours per week.
That's great. And what about, have you had mentors or coaches along the way?
Yes, I worked with a coach, with a business coach. It was also, I would say, pretty expensive investment for me last year. So I had a goal. I worked for many years also as a nutritionist in my team. So I was supporting client. I was like a practitioner in a team. And then at some point, I decided that I want to be more a CEO of the business than a practitioner. And it was extremely tough time for me because I just understood that I need to make this transition, but I had no idea who is CEO, what is my new key points, KPI, and stuff like that. And I think I had this like even a personality crisis. And I started working with the business coach, and she helped me to navigate through this shift in my practice, and it was really, really, really helpful.
Do you have a board of directors or advisors?
No, I do not. No. It's sometimes when I need to some help, we have this mastermind group with my friends entrepreneurs, and we have a call once a month when we are just brainstorming some ideas. But that's all I have.
Right, Sofia, on to our final 5 questions. What do you think is the hardest thing in growing a small business?
To be consistent. It was your everyday step, even if you don't see this impressive results. Just not to look too much far away. Just look at your next step. Just next step, then next step, and you will be fine.
Favorite business book which has helped you the most?
I think was this book called Rework.
That's
I don't remember.
The guys from 37 Signals?
I think so. I think I read this book like
They
15
created,
years ago.
yeah, they created Basecamp, the SaaS project management software. I'm pretty sure that was one of their. It was, yeah, one of their 2 or 3 books they've written. It's a great book.
Yeah, it's great, but it just helped me to understand that maybe you should not have the big business. The small business is also fine. And that book changed my in general my vision about the business itself. So I would say is one of my favorite book. Yes.
Any great podcasts, online learning tools you use for your own professional development?
Most of the time I'm listening to some podcast about nutrition and science. So I think one of my favorite is Huberman Lab. I think everyone knows that.
It's great.
Yes, and I love in general when I look at Andrew, I also think that he's a great entrepreneur. The way how he is building his podcast industry, it's also you have a lot to learn. So I think it's one of the regular podcasts I'm always checking.
One tool you'd recommend to help grow a small business?
Use some tools that would help you to bring your stuff in order, because when you have too many tasks and when you don't have this clear picture, then you feel that you work in a chaos. So have any tool management, maybe just a simple calendar or anything at all, or notes on the phone, just to help you to track your next step.
Finally, my favorite question: what would you tell yourself on day one of starting out 10 years ago?
I would just say, just don't be afraid that people will judge you, because people will definitely, especially people who are in your close surroundings, your family, your friends, not because they are bad, they are not, just because they're afraid of your changes. And that's because they feel that if you are changing, then something could change in your relationship with them. So don't listen to someone who has no expertise in something that you are doing, even if you love those people as person itself. So yeah, people would always judge.
Great. Thanks so much for your time today, Sophia. I've really enjoyed our chat. We've got a wellness coaching for people who want to improve their physical and mental health through one-on-ones, group coaching, the 3 main programs you offer, and a food menu app helping people manage their diets and nutrition. You're in 32 markets around the world, more than 10,000 clients going through over the years, with a team of around 25 full-time equivalents. And tomorrow, the business celebrates 10 years. So congratulations on that and your success so far.
Thank you so much for invitation.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Please leave a review in iTunes or whatever platform you listen to us on. It means more small business owners will find our cast and help people with their business growth journey.